Oh, can someone? Oh, can someone hand to you? Anytime Hey, what's up, insurance agents and insurance agency owners? What I want to talk to you about today is how to grow your agency or your business as fast as possible this year. Of all the things that we've done to grow our agency, I narrowed down to 3 things. I think these are the 3 most important things that you guys should be doing in your business to grow it as fast as possible. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Nato Guajardo. I'm an insurance agency owner from Houston, Texas, and I've owned my agency about 3 years. I started my insurance agency with no loans from scratch. I haven't bought any other agencies. Most of my business comes from my lead generation strategies that I have and referral partners. Those are the big things. And I think if I would have implemented these 3 things that I'm going to talk to you about, I would have grew a lot faster. Even though we grew pretty fast as it is, if I would have implemented this from the start, I would have been probably double my production. So if you're an agency owner, even if you're not an insurance agency owner, some of the things I'm going to talk about are things to grow your business, period. So what I want to do is I want to get behind there and I wanted to show you on that board the 3 things. So come on. All right, let's get right into it. How you're going to grow your agency as fast as possible this year. Number 1, lower your bills and reinvest. So that might sound obvious to when you're first starting an agency, to lower your bills and then use that money to reinvest. But I can't tell you how many people don't do that. The most successful insurance agents that I've seen, they lowered their bills and they reinvested a portion of the money back into the business. When I first started the agency, I lowered my bills as low as possible. I got a cash car so I wouldn't have a car payment. I see a lot of new agents driving around with brand new cars, and you really do not want to do that. And pay off your credit cards. Hopefully you paid off your credit cards before you started an agency, but maybe you're like me where you started an agency without a plan or savings. Lower your bills as much as you can. Start bringing your lunch to work instead of going out to eat. Let me see some other things that I did when I first started my agency to lower my bills. Minimize going out to eat with your family, maybe to 1 time a month. You have to, here's the thing, this is a business just like anything else. You have to treat it like that, and you have to make certain sacrifices, especially in the beginning of your agency, so that it can grow as fast as possible. And just like anything, once it grows, it just snowballs bigger and bigger. So definitely lower all your bills. And what I see some agents doing is whatever they sell, let's just say, for instance, they make $3,000 on their commissions this month. They spend all of the $3,000. Why not spend $2,500 of it and then reinvest $500 into a marketing plan for the following month? And then that $500 might make you $1,000. Then reinvest that $1,000. And then you just keep going from there. This is number 1. I think everybody should be doing this. And like I mentioned before, every successful agent that I met has done this. And most of the ones that have failed to do this part of it. So don't be driving around in a fancy car in the beginning. Who cares? You don't need to impress anybody. You can impress people once you build your agency. You don't need to impress anybody right now. So definitely lower your bills and then reinvest it, even if it's a little bit, even if it's $300 to start. That $300 will grow if you put it in the right marketing system. And I'm gonna have plenty of videos on marketing and where I believe that you should be putting your money. If you guys have any questions on that, just let me know. The second thing you should be doing, it kind of involves number 1, because you need this to actually do the number 2. So number 2, you want to leverage systems and people. What do I mean by that? The first thing you want to do is you want to reinvest into marketing. And along with that, you want to invest in software that's going to improve your business. The number 1 thing that I recommend software-wise is a good CRM system, a good sales CRM system. You definitely need that. When I very first started, I started with a spreadsheet, and I'm not organized. So when you use a spreadsheet, a lot of those leads get lost. But when you have CRM and it's in your face, and you can see all the leads in a pipeline, that makes a huge difference. So I'll make another video on exactly what systems I use. Let me just say some things that you're gonna need in your business. You're definitely gonna need an agency management system. Depending on who you're with, sometimes they supply you with one or you need to go out there and get one. You need a good CRM system. In the beginning, I used a spreadsheet, then I moved over to Pipedrive. Pipedrive is awesome. My agency has grown so much that I just recently moved to Pipedrive, and I recently moved to a new CRM system that's awesome, and I'll talk about that in another video. So you need a agency management system, a very good CRM system. Pipedrive is awesome, very cheap. I think it's like $12 a month for that. Let's see what else I use. Something to keep in contact with your clients. That's huge. And you can use that with any email autoresponder. There's a ton of them. I was using ActiveCampaign for the longest. And here's the reason why you want to use something like that. Or you want to use a lot of these systems is the email autoresponder. What that's going to do for you is you're going to be able to set up emails to send out to your clients. And we have emails set up in our agency that asks for referrals, that asks us for Google reviews. If you go look at a Google reviews, it's all because of our email autoresponder. You can also cross-sell with email. We get calls and emails from our clients about those cross-sell emails on a weekly basis. So you definitely want to get a very good email autoresponder and set up a series of emails to contact your clients. Also, another good thing about that is that we can blast an email to our clients. So let's just say a hurricane is coming and I want to prepare them for certain things. I can blast the email to all of my clients, and that way I can help them out to prepare for the storm or the hurricane. Those are some of the things. There's a lot more software that I recommend, but those three things I believe are one of the most important. If I'm missing something, maybe I'll add it later. With that money that you're reinvesting in marketing, you want to reinvest it in systems, and start slow. Don't grow big. Start with Pipedrive or something similar to that with $12 a month. If you can't afford $12 a month, then really you shouldn't be in business, because $12 is nothing. I mean, that's, I don't know how much a year, $150 a year or whatever, probably less than that. When you start getting some money, you want to reinvest in people. Obviously, the goal is to start hiring people as fast as possible, but I would recommend one thing, and what I did. My very first hire was a VA. For those of you that don't know what a VA is, it's a virtual assistant. And the reason I chose a VA is because you can get a VA for very inexpensive, and it could really help out your agency. I'll give you an example. Like when I first got a VA, I started them off at like $6-7 an hour. She gets paid a lot more now because she's so good. I'll tell you some things that she did for me in the beginning was help me quote. Obviously, these VAs are not licensed, so they can't do anything that requires licensing. So it's basically what she was doing was data entry for me. So that helped a ton because she would input all the client's information so I can finish off the quote. That saved me 20 minutes there. Those 20 minutes, if I get 3 or 4 quotes in a day, that saves me about an hour or two of me not having to quote, so I can be talking to a client and selling. So as you can see, a lot of this stuff that I'm talking about is going to save you time and money. And that's another big thing that some agency owners, they don't want to spend the money on things like that on this because they see it as an expense. And it's really not an expense. This is an investment that you're making into your business. This stuff saves me a ton of time. Another thing the VA did was after the sell type things, like making sure that the apps are signed, things like that. I'll talk more about VAs in future videos if you guys want to see stuff like that. That way I can break down exactly what a VA does and how I trained them. All right? The last thing that I think that you should do to grow your agency as fast as possible, it is this. All right, the third thing I think you guys should do is find a coach with a proven system. Now, I put that third because that's probably going to involve a little bit more money to invest, but I think it's important. I believe that can save you $1,000 in the future. A lot of people don't want to invest in a coach. What it really is you're investing in yourself. You're investing in yourself because you're hiring somebody that has already done what you want to do. And anytime I try to learn a new skill, what I do is first I go and find the 3 best books in that skill. I read those books, and then after I try to implement some things, then I go hire the best coach with that skill, or the best coach that I can afford for that skill. Let me tell you, I've hired tons of coaches these past 3 years, and these coaches have saved me thousands. Probably hundreds of thousands by hiring the right coach. You need to find the right coach or the right system a proven system that works, because that's going to save you a ton of time and a ton of money. So I believe these 3 things are what you guys should be doing to grow your agency as fast as possible. Now, we grew pretty fast, but I believe if I would have done this from the start and really implemented this from the beginning, I probably would have doubled the production that I have now. And we have a pretty big book for only being a 3-year agency. If you guys want me to talk about anything in here specifically, just let me know in the comments. Or if you have any comments about this video, because I haven't done too many videos, but if you guys have any suggestions on how I should be doing these videos, also let me know. I'm not professional on this. I'm just trying to help insurance agencies grow out there. All right? Talk to you guys soon. Bye.